Hey guys, it's Danae, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of a Millennial Voice, the show. I am here with Kay, the jerk chicken girl. I couldn't get my words out. The jerk chicken girl, and I am so blessed to be here on behalf of the Philadelphia Sunday Sun, as I am every Sunday at 2. So Kay, if you want to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business.
Hello, I'm known as Kay, but my name is Takea Leggett. I am the owner of Kay's Kitchen. I almost said Road Jerk Chicken, excuse me. Came from running my dad's business side of the Road Jerk Chicken.
Okay.
But I am owner of Kay's Kitchen. We are a late night restaurant in Overbrook currently on 60th and Master. We are open Thursday through Sunday from 10 p.m. to 4 o'clock in the morning. So we get all the late night eaters and all the people that go out.
Yeah, so I thought that was so interesting that you have such late hours, right? Because it's such an untapped market, especially because of like COVID, places that might have stayed open, even like till 11 at the latest are now closing down a bit earlier. But for you, you've been open past midnight for however long. So what's that like for you? Like what made you decide to tap into that?
Actually, at the beginning of last year, like right before COVID hit, I went out a lot. So I went out every weekend.
Mhm.
Get home after hours. I would get home at like 4 a.m. I would get home starving. I'd open up Uber Eats, and the only thing I could order from is maybe a Chinese store if it was open at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then
Right.
Wawa.
Yeah.
Maybe Checkers. Now that they're all closed, they were
Yeah.
open last year, but they
Right.
closed at 2 a.m. as well.
Mhm.
Wendy's closed at 2 a.m. McDonald's closes at 2 a.m., even though we shouldn't eat them at all. But everything closed except for Wawa. So the only thing I can eat in the middle of the night is a soup and a salad, maybe a
Yeah.
meatball sub,
Right,
like
right.
no real options.
Right.
So at the time I was running my dad's business, we were hitting a little, we had some creative differences at the time. So I really thought about it. Well, nobody serves real food this late. Like
Mhm.
I think that we're a mirror of New York. We don't go to sleep either. Like I
Right.
know after hours in Philadelphia right now that party until 7 in the morning. So
Mhm.
I was like, feed these people, they're hungry. I
Right.
know Sid Booker's is open, but they run out of shrimp.
Mhm.
So I said, I think that I should make a restaurant on Uber Eats
Ah,
just
okay.
to just to sell soul food in the middle of the night.
Right.
There, I think we opened up on Fridays and Saturdays just to start.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I sold like it was like a country soul food uh menu. So I had like cornbread and kale and smothered wings and stuff like that.
Mhm. Uh-huh.
Barbecue chicken, and they loved it. They went
Right.
crazy.
Of
We
course.
were for those 2 days out of the week. Like it was
Uh-huh.
really crazy. So then we decided to add more days,
Okay.
and that's how we ended up with Thursday and Sunday as well. And then halfway through last summer, I decided to change my menu. I
Okay.
just felt like it needed to happen. Like they were looking for something a little different. I
Mm-hmm.
also want my menu to be like a 5-star hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were some things that they love, something that they like, but I need everybody to love every single thing. So if you order it, I know you love it. And that's
Mhm.
where we're at right
Okay. I think it's so cool that you bought Lux to midnight and beyond. That's so cool. So you mentioned that you used to work for your dad and now you're working for yourself. How difficult or how easy was that transition? And what have you learned um since, branching out and going into business on your own?
now. I would say that I don't know, it was bittersweet. It was great, but then it was really hard at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So owning your own always great. I learned a lot from my dad and working with my dad. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that did set me up for a lot. I didn't have to go through a lot of struggles that a lot of people do when they open up their own businesses.
Right.
Because he taught a lot in those years that I worked with him. But the hard part came in because owning a business is just hard, and owning a restaurant is really harder. Like
Right. Yeah.
own your own restaurant part is like really hard. So we
Yeah.
were in the same kitchen for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Up and was up last November, and I moved into my own kitchen in 60th and Master, and that's when it got hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So other than the everything being your name part, it worked
Yeah.
out fine. but
Yeah, yeah.
it's a slow transition and equipment breaks and you have to deal with everything when you're the owner.
Right. Right, right. So you start out with your dad and now you're doing something on your own. What's the future looking like for you? I know you said you changed your menu last summer, but are you looking to expand more? Because really, I mean, you went from soul food to like jerk chicken, which is like it feels like very different, very opposite, right? And so it seems like you're continuing to be super innovative. You know, like you said, you just got your own spot, like you changing your menu. So like what is next?
Right now, we're actually working on bottling up the sauces that we put on top of our meats
Wow.
and the
Okay.
things that we use to make all of our food. So
Mm-hmm.
we're bottling up. Hopefully, they'll be sold this summer. Hopefully,
Wow.
we'll be in the grocery stores.
Yeah.
Um, so that's next from there. But we do plan to stay in our kitchen that we are in for a while. We've been thinking about a lot of different things. I really don't know what we're gonna pop up with next. I do know we'll probably have a second location sometime by the end of this year, even
Wow.
if it's a food truck or we're just like in a random pop-up shop. But we
Yeah.
are growing really, really fast, and I'm excited for the summer.
Yeah, yeah. And so, restaurants are a risky business, right? But you've maintained success throughout the past year. And so I was going to ask you, like, how have you managed to do that? Because it sounds like you haven't, like, especially with COVID too, a lot of people kind of took hard hits. So a lot of people are on a decline, but you seem to be not. So I'm just curious to know, like, how do you continue to succeed in such a business?
The funny thing about COVID is we started 2 weeks before it started.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Our grand opening was like February 21st. That's our birthday.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So that we opened, and then like the shutdown was like maybe the third week of March. Uh,
Okay.
so we were actually really nervous. I sweat a lot. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen at all. But honestly, COVID was the best thing that ever happened to us.
Okay.
Uh, I think the business plan that I made was just perfect to go with our pandemic. It
Right.
just flew. Yeah, I didn't even know that it was gonna happen like that. But since we do mainly delivery and pickup, because we don't offer eat-in at all, um, that's where the market actually drifted with
Right.
COVID.
Oh, right.
Out
Yeah.
and you can't go sit in the places. Everybody delivery is the hottest thing out right now.
Yeah.
Um, so a lot of restaurants, their mistake was not being innovative, not
Right.
taking a step, figuring out, okay, how can I get this food to my customers still to
Mm.
keep them happy? So
Right.
in a lot of in less words, they were lazy.
Yeah.
So if you you see the restaurants that came up with the eating outside and they rented tents and they're taking up like streets downtown just to do outdoor seating.
Right.
That's what you do. So
Yeah.
you're supposed to sit down, figure out how you can still get your food to your customers, and a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
I was just I was lucky enough to have God just ease me into this.
Yeah. It sounds very seamless. Yeah.
Yeah, my business plan really just worked really well for the way COVID went.
Yeah.
Everybody needs pickup and delivery now, and
Right.
that's what I specialize in.
Right. So how long did it take for you to like kind of come up with a business plan? Like how long was this in the works before it actually came to life?
A week, maybe two.
What?
Honest, yeah, this is something that like I used to say to my friends, maybe like the mid of like the year before I started it. I would say, I want to start my own kitchen. I want to do my own thing.
Mhm.
But while I really thought that like my dad's company was going to be mine, I mean, it's still going to be mine, but that was going to be my end all be all. Like that was my future. And it
Right.
really was. So when me and him started bumping heads, it was like an automatic, like I have to make different money. How
Mhm.
are you going to get up with what you're doing right now, with what you have right now, without changing your entire life? How
Yeah.
are you get up and make some money?
Mhm.
And I guess this is what I'm good at. It's been
Yeah.
it's been a long time. So it was like a weekend. I turned to my boyfriend and I said, I want to sell food late night. It's like, we talk about this all the time when we talk about how we don't have anything to order. Let's just serve food late night. I can make a
Yeah.
menu. I can get started on Uber Eats because I got my dad started on Uber Eats. So I know what it took for all of that. And I was like, I could just put in the application. We can
Oh,
just start. We can use my dad's kitchen because he doesn't use it. And I
yeah.
was like, you my delivery driver. And my boyfriend was like, yep. and we just did it.
That's amazing. I can't believe that it took you less than a month to like get everything together, and then that's crazy. Wow. So is your dad still doing the jerk chicken? Does he still have his business?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, he moved as well, so he's no longer in Sherman Mills, but he shares French water ice in Uptown.
Okay.
They share a spot together, so he has his own window.
Okay. And so what's that like? You and your dad both in the same business. What's that like for you? Is it like a competition sort of thing or?
Never. He's the jerk chicken man. I'm the jerk chicken girl. We can't
Okay.
compete.
Awesome. Awesome.
I I do stay in my own lane, so we don't have a lot of jerk chicken options on my menu. That's
Okay.
just to not step on his
Right.
um because the recipes would literally be the same.
This-
So no, I don't want to sell the same jerk chicken as him
right.
in Overbrook while he's selling it in Uptown. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
So I
right.
stray away from jerk chicken itself. So we sell like jerk chicken on top of the rasta pasta, but it's like a honey sweet jerk chicken. It's not like too spicy or
Yeah.
smoky. Like, and then I do the jerk turkey wings and jerk salmon. So I'm still the jerk girl, but not exactly the jerk chicken girl the way they want me to be all the time.
Yeah. Awesome.
We help each other out, send each other links for equipment and stuff like that. Like we're just, yeah,
Nice.
we're family business. That's all.
Right. So where did your love of food and cooking come from?
Um, as being younger in my family, if you wanted to eat, you had to cook a meal.
Okay.
So it was just, and then I was always the kid, like in the kitchen with my mom or my dad or my grandpa. Like I was always the kitchen help. So
Mhm.
I think that like I just loved it naturally. And
Right.
then just
Okay.
always being in the kitchen, like I became good at it. And
Mhm.
I love the thing that I'm good at.
Yeah.
So so once, yeah, seeing like what my food does for people and stuff like that, even working for my dad, like um as great as that man is and as good as of a cook as he is, he's not directly built for restaurant managing and
Mhm.
working. So
Yeah.
like he's a dash here and a dash there kind of man. So like I regulated his recipes and stuff like that. So just
Oh,
seeing like,
wow.
yeah, what my brain can do just in a kitchen, not always cooking,
Mhm.
what like I was like, oh, okay, no, this is my thing.
That's amazing. I mean, I can cook, but I can't cook like that. So that's dope that you were able to take something that you really enjoyed as a child and now it's like a whole business for you. Did you ever imagine that this is what you'd be doing?
Um, if you asked me when I was younger what I was gonna be, I used to say a chef. I also used to say
Okay.
Ash or princess. So you just you never know. But yeah, I just say a chef really, really often. The fact that I'm actually here is it does blow my mind a lot.
Mhm.
Starting working at like 16, I worked at like Rita's Water Ice. So I've always been in the restaurant business. I managed a lot of different restaurants. That's how I got to managing my dad's.
Yeah.
So it kind of really just flowed this way. Like
Right.
I had a job in customer service. I've never had a job like in retail. I've always worked in the kitchen.
Wow. So it was definitely predestined.
Yeah.
Wow. And so now you're 25, right?
Yes.
25. What does it feel like to have achieved the level of success you have at such a young age? Like, how do you deal with that?
Um, I'm just going. I'm just, the wind is blowing and I'm in it. That's I'm just trying enjoying life and everything that comes with it. Um, I don't know. I'm just hoping that my 30s are more relaxing than
Yeah.
my 20s are because it's been really hard to get here and I do know I have a lot of hard work to get to where I want to go.
Right. And so like you're grinding now and then, in the next few years, hopefully you can chill out. Do you see other people managing your restaurant, helping you make the food? Like, what do you see?
Yes, I'm definitely gonna have to hire a whole staff. That's actually what we're in the process of doing now.
Mm.
Doing some things in the kitchen so that we're able to hire staff and train them easily.
Okay.
Um, so I do plan on yeah, hiring full staff. We don't want to be in the kitchen at all, honestly. It's
Yeah.
fun and I love serving my customers, but I'm tired.
Yeah.
So by the end of this year, I plan on having full staff, maybe spending some Saturdays and Sundays at home because me and my
Okay.
work our backs off for this
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. And it's amazing that you have a partner who is just like so willing and able to kind of like jump in there and like help you out with this. How important would you say support has been for growing your business?
If I didn't have it, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Like when I turned over that random day and say, you want to be my delivery driver? And like, we really got up. He was really my delivery driver the next week. Like, I don't know where I'd be if he said, no, I'm good.
That's beautiful. Oh, that makes my heart so happy. Okay. And so my final question to you is, how difficult is it to start a business? Because I think a lot of people think that it's an easy thing to do, or they can just kind of walk right into it and then boom, like the success is just there. But can you talk a little bit about how difficult it is to run your own small business and how hard it is to kind of sustain yourself and your business at the same time while also having a life?
So starting is easy.
Mhm.
That's why I always tell everybody, if you really want to do something, start it.
Mhm.
It's keeping it up.
Right.
So keeping it up is really, I can't tell you how many times I cried within the past 12 months.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's, it's hard because I use like all of my money to start Case Kitchen.
Mhm.
So my last paycheck from my dad, half of it went to my bills and the other half went to Case Kitchen. And I was like, this is it. Like if, if nothing comes out of it, then I don't have anything. So
Yeah.
something come out of it.
Right.
So sometimes you really just you have to pick between bills. Like I found
Mhm.
myself doing that last summer. Like, do I pay my cable bill or do I live without Wi-Fi for a week so I can pay, rent and my kitchen? You
Right.
just it's one or the other sometimes. I am blessed to not be in that situation anymore. So all my bills are paid. We're doing great. But it's really hard and you want to quit very, very often. And the only thing that's going to keep you going is the actual love that you have for your business. And so
Yeah.
you can't do anything.
Right.
You have to actually do what you really love.
Yeah, yeah. And so if you could give a message to your customers right now, like just imagine that all of your customers are watching, what would you say to them?
Thank you so much. I would not be here without any of you guys. You guys really I'm amazed at where I am right now. I sell out almost every single night. They are really a blessing to my life. My customers go crazy over this food. So thank you so much. Don't ever stop buying food. And I promise the food will always be delicious.
Oh, you know what? I did have one more question. So I was checking out your menu. You have entrees, you have desserts, you have drinks, you have like appetizers, this and that. What would you say for somebody who was going to your restaurant for the first time? What would you recommend them try?
Rasta pasta.
Okay.
Um, Everybody's favorite. It's a classic. It's a go-to. It's gonna make me $1 million. Rasta pasta.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kay. Was there anything else that you had wanted to talk about that I might not have touched on?
Absolutely not. You did fantastic today.
Oh, thank you. Well, again, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to see how Kay's Kitchen expands and grows. I don't think I knew that you were only around for a year because I feel like I've been hearing about you for like in your business ventures for like since I've known you. So I just am really blessed and happy to see that you're doing well. And I'll continue to follow up with you. Before we go, can you just drop your socials?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Um, yes, my personal Instagram is Your Highness K _ if you want to keep up with my fabulous life. My business Instagram is K Jerk Chicken Girl.
Mhm.
But you can also just under K's Kitchen. You can Google Map me. You can Google me. It is K's Kitchen LLC.
Okay, and also, sorry, your website.
My website is K's.kitchen.
Awesome. Well, again, Kay, thank you so much for being here. And I also want to thank you guys for watching another episode of Millennial Voice. Again, I'm here with the Philadelphia Sunday Sun every Sunday. If you guys don't want to watch my interviews, you can also check us out and check me out in print at www.philasun.com, or you can get articles for only $40 a year. Again, Kay, thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye.